Hey everybody!
Hi everybody, welcome back
to our podcast, Casual Conversation
with Gloria
and Aileen.
And today we have
Dulce.
Dulce.
You guys could call me Candy. It's okay.
We can call her Candy. So she's our older sister, and today we're gonna try to focus on
our first conversation.
It is our first conversation. So we're gonna name this conversation number 1. And today we're gonna talk about more
about how important it is for them to understand women.
Yes. So we're gonna jump right into it because I think it's loaded with a lot of stuff we're gonna try to see if we can get through. But our first question is for both of you, for all of us actually, is what do you guys think of the importance of physique in men? Like, if you see a guy, how important is it for him to look good, right?
Yeah, I believe it's very important because like I have previous relationships and I have some experience in certain things. My importance is different than several girls out there. I like my guys, they're buff and they have like big muscular and chest.
And bald.
And bald, definitely.
Hilarious.
If I would see The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, oh my god, like totally, like that type of.
You have like a.
I have a mini Dwayne Johnson in my house.
She's a big crush.
Yeah, for real.
So, yeah, so I'm lucky in that aspect because when I met him, I thought he was so gorgeous. You know, and he looked like him.
He was gorgeous.
What?
He wasn't fine. He was gorgeous.
Shut up. He's a hilarious.
I think for me, physique, I think it's more like, yeah, he's got to look clean first of all, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like,
Yeah,
what kind of is your
Like,
definition?
the first thing that I look at in men, the thing that I find attractive is like their forearms. I don't know, that's weird, but if they have thick
like
forearms,
I said.
like, yeah.
Like I said, it's different for every woman, right?
What
But
do you?
to me,
I was just wondering, like, if you meant that as in, like, how he looks physically or, like, maybe how he presents himself, you know, how he's dressed.
Well, yeah,
And,
it's
like,
all entailed
yeah.
because if a guy, like, you're going on a first date and he's dressed like he's going
Yeah.
to the park, or he doesn't look clean, or he doesn't look like he tried, you know, then that just goes to tell you maybe they're not that interested. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take? What do you look in? What's the first thing you see?
I don't know, maybe it's not related to it, but I think, like, confidence is pretty cool, right? When you come in, just confidence.
So if a guy is not that he's not too attractive, but he has, like,
that
confidence
makes it
in himself?
interesting already,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's like,
That's
oh,
attractive,
yeah.
no? Wouldn't you say?
well,
Like, if a man comes in and he's like, hey, this is me, like, my name is
Yeah.
this and this, and, you know?
I wouldn't like a guy to come up to me and be all cocky and all conceited.
No, well,
and
cocky
like,
is different
Oh, yeah,
than
like, I'm
confidence.
buff,
That's
but I look all fine, you know, this and that. I'm like, excuse me, like, you know, like, yeah, I know you're hot, but don't throw it like you're the best. of
Okay,
the
there's
bunch.
the guys that know they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay,
yes.
so the guys that know they look good, I feel
They
like that's
use
when they
that.
get into the cocky,
Yeah,
like,
they really use that to their advantage.
I like men that are shy, not shy, but like they're embarrassed to show their body, but you could still tell by the way they're dressed. You know what I'm saying?
like tight clothes.
Yeah, I don't want them to be like all tank tops and you're in a club and you're like, what the hell, like showing off. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, I know
No.
you work out, but damn, you know, it's like too much.
So, I mean,
My question, I mean, if you were to ask a man this, what would he say? That it's 100% important, right?
like if we
yeah.
are pretty, or like,
Yeah, like physique.
importance.
It would
Yeah.
be, yeah, they would say that.
For sure. I mean, I think that's the first thing that men look at.
Yeah.
No,
The-
men look
how-
at boobs and butts. And the face is like whatever.
No, I think the face has to
No,
lot to do with
yeah,
it too.
the face has a
Like, she has to look good
yeah.
in all aspects for them to,
To
like,
walk over and
yeah,
like,
have the confidence to go over there and talk to you. I think that's very, we do too. That's white lie. We look at the guy, if he's cute, we're like, oh damn,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
But if he's not that attractive, we're not as picky as men to where
Yeah.
men, okay, if men sees a girl like, and he's like, oh, she's not cute, I'm not going to talk to her.
Yeah.
I feel like us as women, we tend to give the benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
sometimes, and we're like, you know what, I'm just going to go talk to him and see what he's like. You know, but I
Yeah.
feel like men lack that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some men out there that actually want to go and talk to a girl and see what she's all about. And then if you're not interested, then you move on, right?
Yeah.
But
How about the chemistry?
yeah, having that said, yeah, what about chemistry? How important is that?
well, chemistry is everything. To me, it is. Personally, because if you don't connect with that person in an emotional level or a mental level, then there's not going to be nothing there. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, for me, I connect with my
Yeah.
husband. You know, we had that chemistry right off the bat. So,
Because you guys been together for 11 years.
we've been together for a long time, but
Boyfriend.
I'm saying,
11 years.
but I'm saying, like, when it comes to having a connection, like a mental connection, we definitely have that, but I feel like it's important for men to have and women to have like a mental connection in order for you to have that attraction as well. Because what if you find a really fine girl, right? And you talk to her and you're like, hey, so what's up? You know, I want to date you, or let's hang out, let's kick it, or whatever. And then you take her home, or you know, you go on a date and she has nothing to talk about, or
that's true. Because
she's just boring, right? So
yeah.
I feel like yeah, chemistry plays a big role. I mean,
and I understand because I had several relationships prior that I thought the guy was very handsome, but the way they like everything was good, right? They presented themselves good, you know. But as soon as he started talking, I'm like, oh no, dude, you think you're too much? You're too much. You're too clingy, or like the way like you present yourself, like verbally, like what you're like. Some guys are like, hey baby, what's up? Like really, like
right?
no, like no. You need to respect me so I could like feel like
and be interested.
yeah. Not like, oh, what's up, baby? Hey, you wanna go chill with me? Hey, Netflix and chill. You think that's like?
Are
like,
you on
no,
Tinder?
dude.
What the hell is that? No, but
No.
yeah, I think for sure chemistry. I mean, what's your take? What do you think?
Yeah, that if there isn't a connection, then I mean, what is there other than attraction, you know? And that's not much, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm interested. It's very interesting conversations.
So far, you've got a lot of input.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about like dating like a person for a long time? Like me, all my dates, I had them for like some I dated them for 1 year, some I dated 3 months, some I dated like 2 years, and my last one was like 4 years. So my question is like it doesn't like I don't know how to explain.
Like I feel like
like,
when you're in a like I feel like priorities change as you get older, right?
Yeah.
So when you're young, you're like, oh, I want a fine girl or a fine man that's gonna treat me good, that he can buy me all this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like once you get older, your priorities start changing. You're like, okay, well, I want a man that's gonna be able to take care of me,
Supportive.
that's gonna
Be a good
be there for
dad.
me mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, like
someone who's gonna be a good dad as well.
yeah, and we start thinking about that, and then dates start to become more serious, like to where you're looking for something serious. And I feel like that's different for men maybe because they're always still wanting somebody that's attractive, right? I don't feel like men are gonna date a girl and think right in the back of their head like, well, is she gonna be a good mom? You know, does she know how to cook?
Yeah.
Like, is she gonna take care of me? You know, when it comes to all that. So I feel like priorities do change. For me, I was with my husband for a really long time before we got married, and like I said, it was different at the beginning. Like we had a different like train of thought, and so as we got older, I mean, we grew together, and so I feel like that for me was great. It worked out, you know. And I also think that also the mentality changes, right?
yeah.
Your mentality changes, their mentality changes as you get older. So it's the same thing. The priorities change.
Yeah. And the people are different too because I'm in my second marriage already. My first marriage was horrible. So
I mean, but you had your good moments.
I did have
You had
my
your
good
good
moments,
moments.
but at the end it was really, really difficult and it was very, very hard. So, and I was married for 5 years, you know, and I wasn't able to have babies with him for various
Different
reasons, you know. And then for my second marriage, you know, I met him and I was with him for 1 year, and then now we're gonna be married 2 years, so basically 3 years. And now we have a baby, and he's so cute. So,
he's
but
cute.
like I said,
So jumping into that, into like after you're married. So what is the importance of like alone time? Like, is that important for you? Like, do you need that when it comes to like, hey, I've been married, like, you know now.
Oh
like
my
you've
God.
been married twice, so you should
Yeah.
know. Is that important?
I think it is important to have your alone time, like with your girls. Let's say with your sisters. Let's go have dinner together or whatever once a month.
Like a girls'
you
night?
know, yeah, like, but not often, you know, because then you miss your baby. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, I can't.
But other than that, yeah, like right now in the quarantine, it's so difficult, you guys. It's because we're supposed to stay together, like don't go out, don't do this, don't do that, right? And we're spending 100% time together, and there's gonna be a lot of disagreements. There's gonna be a lot of you know, arguments and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's when I say, you know what, I need my space. Let me breathe. You know.
Yeah.
So even though you love that person, so
Well,
much,
for me, I don't need space. I'm
What?
sorry to say, I don't. Like
well, your husband works.
he does work and he works too much, so
That's
I
the
get my
thing.
space. But
yeah.
I mean, I agree. Like when
Like-
like let's say he's home, sometimes like he'll be off work for like a few weeks, and so yeah, it does get a little bit more tense. But at the same time, I cherish those times because we don't get them all the time, you know. So I think it also has to do with the way your relationship type, right?
How do you feel about finances? Do you feel like that's something that should be kept together or separate?
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you two scenarios. With my first marriage, everything was separate, and that made me feel like very uncomfortable because it's like we're a marriage, we're supposed to share everything together, right? But the thing was that with that person, he was very stingy, like super stingy, you know, and like we wouldn't share anything together. Like if we would go to a restaurant, I would have to pay, you know, like, oh, you invited me, you pay. I'm like, we're married together. Why don't you always pay? You're the man, you know? So now that I'm married with my current husband, we have everything together. But there's a thing now that is
There's
the opposite now. He spends a lot of money. And I spend a lot of money. So sometimes we have to...
So there's like pros and cons to
Yeah.
everything.
So, and sometimes I do think it's a good idea to do it separately. Because that way you guys are not going to have arguments. You're not going to say to each other, why did you spend this much money on that? Did you need it? You know, now we can't pay the rent. Or now we can't pay this bill because you spent all that money on that. I'm not saying that's what's happening to me right now. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that you could avoid than just... I guess it depends on your relationship too. So if one person is like saves money and the other one spends money, maybe this person could talk to this person and say, you know, I understand you want that bad. You know, why don't you just wait until the end of the month until we clear out our bills, stuff like that. It depends, but to me, my opinion is yes, I would like to have it separate.
For me, like we've always had separate accounts, and we've never really thought about money.
But
It's just simple as that. Like,
how
I
does
mean,
it
I've
work?
told him, like, oh, maybe we should have a joint account. But he's like, no, I don't know. Like, it doesn't really matter because I feel like, you know, we keep better track of our spending that way. And then we help each other out if we need it, you know. But we've never really we've never really had fights about money. So, and he's like the type, now that I when I didn't work, he was the one that would always like pay for everything, you know. When I started, or when I would work, then I would pay for some stuff like groceries, things like that, but he pays for the bills, you know. So when we go out to eat, he pays. So it's just, you know, sometimes like if I feel like treating, I'll be like, hey, no, I'm gonna get this, you know, I got you. But most of the time, like, he's the one that takes care of everything, and and we keep into communication what we're spending or how, you know, what we have, what we don't have, what we need to spend more on, or what we don't need to spend on, you know. So I feel like having the communication about money is key, right?
Yes.
Communication is like, I feel like that's another thing that's very important with not just money, with everything. So yeah, what do you think, Eileen? You're a little bit quiet over there.
I just, you know, when it comes to that, finances, I feel like it's just best to keep it separate.
To keep it separate. And for some people, having that together, it works.
Yeah.
It works for them. So, yeah, so our next thought would be, what about values?
What does that mean?
Do you have different values?
Values on what? What do you mean by that?
Do you feel like it's important to kind of have the same values, like kind of see the same values as with your partner, or do you feel like it's fine to not?
Like opposite
Yeah.
thoughts or beliefs or anything like that?
Is it like religion type of?
Well, we
'Cause
can
I'm
get
like
into that. No, we can get into that. Like as far as like, does he value different things, other things that you don't? I mean, because for you guys, it's a cultural thing. Like you guys, he's Filipino and you're Mexican, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that culturally you guys have a lot of differences.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, when I've been, you know, Mexicans, we do gatherings, like huge gatherings, and we're like, you know, all these families together talking and this and that, right? And Filipino is similar, but when they have gatherings, everybody brings food. It's like always a potluck to them. Seriously.
And then like Mexicans, the person that invites has to provide.
Yeah. But in the Filipino tradition is you have to eat what they are feeding you. You have to at least try every single thing, and then they also give you a to-go box, right? You have to take whatever's left over because they don't want the food to stay at the house.
Well, that's
and to
sweet.
Mexicans, you can't take home food. They're like, oh no, that's disrespectful to us. You know, it's like, why are you taking food? So I was used to the fact to always bring my Tupperware to my family reunions and take home food because that's the tradition that Hilbert's or my husband's is, you know? So, and then my cousin, one of my cousins, she makes fun of me. Oh my God, you already brought your Tupperware. What's wrong with you?
Hey everybody, sorry our other camera died, so now we're back though, don't worry. So, where did we leave off?
We kind of wanted to get into how the main way you show your love.
The main way we show our love. Well, to me, because I like cooking, I guess it should be, and I like eating, so food.
How does your man show his love towards you?
I don't know, by buying me whatever I want, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, sometimes it's weird because we're watching a movie together and then he just starts like grabbing my hair or starts grabbing my arm and I'm like, okay. And it's weird because it's like, we're not boyfriends anymore, we're married, like, you know? So
Somebody come get her. I think telling somebody you love them. As simple as that.
But words are...
Hey, baby, I love you. You know, like things like that.
Las palabras se las lleva el viento. How do you say that?
Like I said, come pick her up, y'all.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I feel like telling people you love them, telling your girl you love them, kind of bringing flowers for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Like that's another flowers. You can never go wrong with flowers. Taking her out to dinner.
Oh, make a nice dinner at home if you're in quarantine. Actually, I was so thankful that, like, my husband the other day, he said, Dulce, you go watch your movie, I'll take care of it. I'll make dinner and I'll make breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. You don't have to do nothing.
That's sweet.
I was like, wow, that's nice.
I don't know if I can trust my boo with that. I'm sorry.
But he's Filipino. He knows how to make a bunch of food. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, love, affection, and what do you think?
Do you feel like there's anything they should know, like men should know, about the way that they should show their love?
Well, yeah. I mean, I mentioned a few.
Yeah, like if you guys are staying home, at
what
least
do you
help
think?
out.
What do you think? is a good way that they can show their
No,
love?
I feel like they show it by like providing. That's always their thing. You know, that's kind of how they show their love.
but
Hey, if I feed you, if I pay your bills, then I love you. No,
or
but
like, you know, yeah, like you said, like telling you to, you know, they'll like show it to you, or they'll like tell you, you know, kind of
or do
what
like
you want.
like weird stuff, like, you know, like, okay, he just came from work, you know what, babe, don't worry about to make you dinner, I'll take you out tonight. That's kind of nice, you know. It's like, wow, okay, that's awesome. It doesn't have to be on Friday or Saturday. It could be like Monday, you know, the worst day ever.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways, but I feel like mostly it has to be said. You have to hear it. You have to
Why you have
feel
to be
it.
sure?
Yeah.
No, because for me,
He's
as a
with
woman,
you?
I need to know that he loves me. I need to hear it from him, because you can't just assume that they love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Assumptions
Well,
aren't.
well, maybe that goes for your
But
relationship.
no, but also their actions,
That's
right?
true,
Things
yeah.
that they
Yeah,
do.
actually.
Like you said, like if they like, you know, they're lovable, they hug you, they,
Yeah.
you know, touch your hair, whatever. I mean, whatever you feel. But yeah, I also feel like they have to show it that way too, right?
Mhm.
Because it's important.
Yeah.
I feel like I try to show my love. You know, like I am a loving person. I try to be a lovable person, and I tell him all the time. And so I feel like men should, but I feel like for women, we need it more, right?
We need to be
Like we
give
need
assurance.
more affection. We need more attention.
Do you think that that's due to the fact that we're just more emotional?
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
but do you feel like that kind of affects anything? The fact that they like being more logical about things?
Like they think more about it. But if you're thinking about it, shouldn't they be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be more lovable," or maybe I should tell her I love her? No, I mean, I don't know. That's hard. It's hard to say because every man thinks differently.
So going into something a little more that might be a little controversial. How would you feel if your partner had a close friend of the opposite sex?
Oh, hell no. I could start already with that
Latinas are very jealous.
Yeah,
Okay, let's.
That's true.
Yeah.
My man has 2 friends that are girls, and I know them before I was even dating him, I guess. But
Are you chewing something? I hear all that crackling in there.
and he always brings that up when I get really like when I get on him, he always brings that up. Oh yeah, so I could call so and so right now, and they could, you know, like take care of the baby. Oh, like what the hell? No. Don't even start with that girl. First of all, that one of your friends cheated on her man, so that's why I don't like her. The other one, she dances and twerks on every single guy she sees, including if you're with me. So that's disrespectful right there. So that's why I do not like your friends. So if you ask me that question, do I care of them having friends that are girls? Yeah, I do care. Okay, that gets me like burned. Like I get really mad.
Is
that's
it,
me because
is
I'm
it
jealous.
necessary?
To be jealous?
No,
Yeah.
is it necessary to have friends? Isn't your partner your friend?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like I can't tell them, oh, stop being friends with the prior people that you met before me, you know, because I have friends too, but I don't talk to them, you know, because I respect my relationship. And if it was like that, you know, like I think he will be the same way. I think he will be jealous too, you know, like if I have guy friends, because my guy friends are not gonna be fat and ugly, you know, they're gonna be
They're gonna be Dwayne Johnson, right? Her friends. I mean, for me, I it's not important. Like I don't feel like if I have my man, I don't need to have friends. I don't need to have guy friends of the or.
That's
friends of
what
the
I
opposite
say.
sex.
That's what I say.
Unless it's like a coworker, somebody that I work with, you know, then maybe like I do, you know, like maybe we might be friends, but other than that, like to where
You guys go out and have drinks and
or
stuff?
invite them. I mean, I'll invite my friends from work, you know, but
Are they guys?
like what I'm saying is like having it could be hard to have like guy friends or girlfriends, you know, because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of
What do you feel that men need to know about how a woman feels about that? What do you feel like?
I
they need to
think if you would start
Just
dating
don't
the
do
person-
it. Just don't do it. You don't need that. You got your girl. You good, bro. Like, you don't need to have a
the extra
girlfriend.
stress,
Right?
No,
Like, why
no,
you want
no,
that
no.
headache?
I think you should be honest with your partner and say, hey, you know, I have these friends, you know, they've been in my life forever. What do you think? You know, if it's okay if I bring them to the house, you know, and we could come, like, have friendship. And if the girl says no, because I don't want no other girls in my house that, you know, they don't respect me, you know?
Okay, so trust.
Yeah, I feel like
That's where we
that's
go
a big
into
one.
trust. Like,
Yeah,
how much do you trust your man? How much does your man trust you?
and how important is that to you?
How important
Yeah.
is trust?
Yeah,
Well, I trust my man, but I don't trust the people around him. I guess let's say that.
No, but if you trust him, then you should trust him that even
Yeah.
if somebody comes onto him, he ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean?
he doesn't, yeah.
So,
But I just get jealous because the girl has better body and she looks prettier than me. I guess that's
hey,
the more.
hey, you're beautiful just the way you are. Okay, let's not start getting into that. We all, hey, we all have flaws. We all are, but we're all beautiful. I mean, sometimes I have trouble with that, but it's okay. You know, like, I'm to the point in my life where I'm done thinking about that. Giving myself a hard time about it.
So yeah, I think trust. Yeah,
Trust
it's a
is
big
important.
Point.
Trust
yeah,
is
it's
important.
a big important thing to do in your relationship.
But like I said, communication is key again,
Yes.
right?
But how do you
tell
do it?
me who that, like,
How do you do it if you want to do the communication, you want to talk about it, but the other person doesn't want to talk about it?
well, then that's a problem.
yeah.
So how are you
That's
gonna?
when fights start. That's when things start going the other way, right?
So what can you do in that scenario? That's my question. Like, let's say I got upset because girl came here and without my authorization, you know, and then I wait until she leaves, and then I want to come talk to the person, to my husband or whatever, boyfriend, say, hey, you know what, I didn't like the fact that she just came in and you didn't even tell me, you know, and the person gets upset because she's my friend, you know, why you have to be like that, you know, and this and that, you know, it's like I try to communicate. But
Well, I mean, men need to understand that we need to be listened to, right? Like, they need to know, hey, she's got something to say. Or maybe if you feel like as a man that I don't want to hear her right now because she's just going to nag, then just be like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll talk about it, but not right now. Give me
Yeah.
some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or
Yeah.
just calm down for a little. But even if they tell us calm down, then what do you mean calm down? What do you, like,
Yeah.
you know? So we start freaking out about it. So I feel
Yeah.
like, I feel
Because-
like,
I'm the type of person that I want to talk about it right now so I could get over it.
so what
and
if your
just
man
go
tells
on.
you, hey, okay, I know you want to talk about it. Can you just like give me a little bit of time or just let's wait a little bit and then we'll talk about it. Like if he tells you, because I don't want you to get upset or I know right now it's too early. Like if he explains it to you, would that be better for you?
Well, I just want to get over it. Like, I want to let it out of my system because right now, like, I have it inside. And if I wait, I'm going to explode and it's going to go, like, worse.
Well, I don't
So,
know. I mean,
And then he's going to forget about it.
do you
and then
think trust is
I
important?
don't know.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's everything. It is.
Like why? Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I just feel like it's important.
So, I mean, I feel like it's important.
Sorry.
So, I think trust and communication again.
I just feel like, you know, in the relationship, if you don't have that trust, then are you building the same thing? You know what I mean? Like, are you both builders of the...
I also think that there has to be a maturity level, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to be mature in order for you to like truly know how your partner is. Like you have to really know who they are in order for you to trust them and know. I mean, because you never stop learning things about your partner. And then, like I said, as you grow older, you have different priorities. You see life differently. So I think that, you know, like you just you become more mature, and then you start thinking, hey, being jealous isn't my priority right now, right? Or has that? I mean, I'm not over here, like never. That's not my. I don't mature as I grow.
Hey, I'm already 36. I don't think I will ever mature.
So you don't think you don't think you're ever gonna think like, oh, I don't have time to be jealous right now. Like what I need to do is focus on this other thing.
Well, I think I've been like that now. Now that I have my baby.
Yeah.
You know,
right? Like,
now that I have my baby, it's like that's not the most important thing now because my priority is my child because he's an infant. You know, so and if my husband wants to do whatever he wants to do, I guess that's on him and his what do you call that? I forgot what the word. Anyways, that's on his conscience. You know,
Yeah.
so I shouldn't like worry about it.
right.
Like I told him the other day, I think if you're gonna go clubbing or you want to go do whatever, that's on you. That's on your conscience. But when it turns around and I want to go clubbing, I don't want to hear it. So he doesn't go out. Right?
Okay, so what do you think love looks like? Like, what does love look like to you?
Being together.
Hey, I'm here, aren't I? Right? No, I think
Well, I'm feeding you, right?
no. No, I mean, I think true love is when you love outside of yourself, right? Like when
You're selfless.
Selfless. When you're put that person in front of yourself, you know, I feel like that's true love. You know, when you want what's best for them, and when you truly care about somebody and you truly love them, you want what's best for them, and you want them to be good.
Yeah.
You want them to be healthy. You want them to be.
Yeah.
So I think, like, even like me, like with the cooking thing, you know, like I don't like to cook, but I do it because I want my husband to be healthy. You know, like I want him to not always be eating crap in the streets. You know, so
I'm
What do you-
actually proud of you.
that I cook now.
That you cook now.
No, I
Because when we were
hate
young,
cooking.
we were young.
Oh my
This
God.
one.
She
oh
was
my
she
God.
was the cooker. I was the cleaner, and you were what? You were the cleaner
the
too.
baby.
Yeah.
The baby that didn't do nothing. What do you
No.
think? What do you think, Aline? What does love mean to you?
I feel like it's something that has no boundaries and something that lasts a lifetime. You know, something that just has no ending. It
Yeah.
doesn't, like, it never ends. It's always there. And yeah, kind of like what you said. You just care
Wow.
about someone.
I think you
Yeah,
should be
you're,
good.
like,
I think
selfless.
you're gonna be very good in job interviews, Eileen. You're really good.
What is love to you? Why do you want this job?
Right? Her words are like very like wow, like
Well, I mean, because it's true. Like, I
Yeah.
agree with you. And it's the same. I mean, there's always, I feel like for me, out of my experience in life, there's different types of love, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
There's a love you have for your family, your parents. There's a love you have for your
Your
husband.
kids.
And then your kids, dude, like, there's nothing like that.
So I have 3 loves.
Yeah, like, who?
I have my husband's love, my baby's love, and my stepkid's love. Oh, and my parents.
for you, though.
Yeah, for me.
Oh, who do you love, though?
It's different loves. I just told you. There are 3
Oh,
different
so I thought you meant they loved you.
No, I have 3 different loves for them.
Oh,
So-
yeah, so it's different, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
all different types, like, levels of loving, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important, and it's, you know, to understand what your meaning of love is and to express that to your partner.
Yeah. But always respect your partner. all
Yeah,
the
so
time.
that goes into, like,
Respect.
Spirituality.
or that you can love someone enough.
Okay,
to
'cause-
respect them.
there's no greater love. Okay, so the biggest example that us as human beings have in the world is the love of Jesus for us. What he did, what he went through to make sure that we all didn't die, pretty much, right? So I feel like for me, spirituality has always played a big role in my marriage and my relationship, and you know, my regular lifestyle. I feel like for me, I have to always be spiritually aware, you know, of everything. I mean, and I think men should take that into consideration too when they're, you know, trying to start a relationship or when they are in a relationship, because women sometimes, like, there's some women that to them is very important. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that? Has that been like a struggle for you at all?
Well, spiritually, our religion is as Catholics, right? And in my relationship, we got married as Catholics, but my husband was actually raised Catholic, but with his previous marriage was Christian. So there's kind of like a, what do you call
Differences?
that? Yeah, because sometimes he says, why do I have to go to a Catholic church if we go to a Christian church? It's the same thing. And I'm like, no, it's not the same thing, because Christian church don't do the Eucharist and we do, you know? So, and the actual church that Jesus founded was Catholic.
Yeah.
It was not
I mean,
Christian.
maybe we should do a, like a conversation
we're
on
talking
just
about
spirituality.
I'm talking
That would be a
about,
good one.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about my experiences. You know, right now, that's the only scenario that we had, because sometimes he brings that up and that gets me really upset. I'm like, you know, I was raised this way, and you know, just because your previous marriage was that way, you know, that doesn't mean you want to pull me that way. Mm-hmm. You know, so if you always respect each other's, you know, beliefs, I believe, but you always have to remember that if you started your marriage as one religion, just stay into that religion, because that will like help out in not having so much difficulty in your relationship. Because the being in a religion, it always makes your relationship difficult, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, like you can't say, oh, this person is Jehovah's Witness and we got married as Christian. So you're always going to be fighting over
different thoughts.
So always, if you're going to go into a relationship, make sure you guys are in the same religion, because it's going to be
What
very,
about
very hard.
morals, Eileen? What is your take on morals as a woman?
I think a lot of people could benefit from that. Like, a lot of people should get some.
Some morals?
Yeah, you know.
How do you get morals? That's my
where do
question.
you pick them up? Because we were, you know,
I
they're like a ready to go hand them down.
I think some women need to get themselves some standards.
Well,
you know? And I feel like that would help in their relationships. Like, if they had some standards for themselves.
Okay,
but
example.
also men as well. They should also get some
An
standards.
example.
I think definitely men need to have standards.
Okay, give me an example. People don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Standards in what?
Go, Eileen, share.
I don't know. I mean,
preach, girl.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know.
Okay, first of all, respecting yourself.
Mm.
Having respect for you as a woman, having respect for yourself. You as a man, having respect for yourself as well. Just because you're young and you think, oh, I'm going to go and, you know, do what I got to do, right? No, it's I feel like it's, for me personally, a man that has respect for himself, that has standards, is way more attractive than a man that's just like, woo, bro, let's go party, you know, like,
yeah, like that guy is everywhere. You know what I mean?
That guy is everywhere.
Yeah.
Men that have morals,
standards, that'd be pretty rare. Like,
it's rare. It's rare. But I think that I think men should think about that more, like being more, you know, like you said, having more respect, having more standards, instead of just, oh, you know, like, oh, she wants me, I'm gonna go, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? I mean, especially women, because women,
there's women that bend over backwards for a man.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
But that's after you're in a relationship too, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
and then once you're in a relationship,
or even,
set expectations and let him know your expectations. Don't just go with the flow.
Yeah,
you know?
all the time. Kind of have like a mind of your own, right?
Yeah.
Like don't depend on him.
Because when I was dating my husband, I told him right off, you know, after he got, of course, serious, I was like, you know, I'm looking into a marriage. I'm looking into being married, not just any marriage. I wanted like an actual big Catholic wedding, you know, like with all my family, all my friends, everybody. And he was like, okay, you know, like he understood what I wanted, and I made it be known. I let him know what I wanted or what I expected. So I think that there's nothing wrong with, you know, I mean, if you set an expectation and that other person that's not what they want, then find you somebody else. Like don't like, I feel like you shouldn't just stay with that person just because you want to, like, they don't share my thoughts, but I'm still gonna be there. You know, like, because it's always gonna bring up fights, right?
So maybe like that'd be still having like some standards for yourself, like knowing what you're worth.
Yeah.
Knowing your worth. Knowing what you deserve.
Feeling your self-worth, like feeling confident in yourself, right? So I don't feel like that's a cocky thing. Do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Like for men, if men set standards, do you feel like that would make him, that's a cocky dude because he has all these expectations now?
Well, he respects
because
himself.
I feel like that's more like we're cutting down to the chase, you know? Like, why beat around the bush? Like, these are my expectations, you know? Like,
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty heated. It's been a pretty heated conversation. Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
I just want to say that hopefully this conversation helps some people out there. And if you guys have any questions or anything that you might, have interest in, just let us know in the comments below.
If you guys have questions for our guests,
I'm not saying I'm an experienced person.
Dulce.
But I only had like 20 boyfriends.
So just leave some comments below, subscribe,
and thank you.
And like our video.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for
watching.
And
I love my sisters.
And then, so hopefully we'll be here next week with a different topic.
With a different person too, right?
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. We can get somebody.
And maybe we could bring my baby so you guys can meet him. He's so cute.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.